Good morning, good midday, good afternoon. This is the scene for the venue London Vampire. And today we'll start our scene with Kate walking into the main area of the bunker where everyone can be seated, and she'll look around to see if she sees Hayden.
So in the scene for Elwood Vampire, you said London.
Dang it!
Hayden, Hayden is in the main room. He's just not doing much. He's probably just sitting down with like the vampire equivalent of a latte next to him, just typing away.
And Kate will walk up to him and she'll sit down next to him and wait for him to notice her.
Yeah, Hayden's going to keep on typing for a bit. He keeps on typing for a few moments before he realizes you're bending. He goes, "Oh, Kate, I didn't see you there."
And she'll give a wink to him and smile at him. More people say that to me than you would think. I was wondering, did you find anything?
Well, that depends on what you mean by anything. It's quite non-specific.
She will kind of look like, Did you find any useful information on the personnel that works at Channel 4 that we suspect have ties to the Sabbat? Specific enough? She will grin at you.
Yeah. Hayden just raises an eyebrow. Yes, actually, it's funny that you'd ask me about that. Actually, come follow me. I have something to show you.
Kate will look a bit surprised, but she will stand.
He'll quickly pack up his laptop. It's in kind of a satchely kind of man bag that you see techie people tend to have. He'll slip it over his shoulders and he'll walk towards his room. But he'll glance towards to see his head in there. So, how are you doing?
Actually, pretty good. I met some new people yesterday, and I think, well, you might have known, but I've been adopted into a clan.
Yeah, I thought I'd heard something about that. Which clan?
And you will see Kate kind of straighten with proud. Bruja?
He'll smile. Well, I've heard good things about Clan Bruja. Maybe in another lifetime I might have wanted to be embracing Clan Bruja. Yeah. Got a little revolutionary spirit in me and all. You kind of tease.
Kate will giggle. Well, if you ever care to show me that side, feel free to do so.
He just shrugged his shoulders. Well, sometimes you need people behind the front lines, just laying in the groundwork, making sure the right things happen. That's what I'm trying to do, make sure everything at the bunker goes smoothly, and so that when you guys are going out to do your missions, that you know what you need to do.
She will glance at his laptop case, and she'll say, "You are an invaluable part of what we do. Without your information, we would just be running around as chickens without a head."
He nods. I know. It's nice to hear it, but I know. He says this, but it doesn't sound immodest. He just says this in a very matter-of-fact way. Like, he's very well aware that information is needed. Neil Dance will say, yes, so he'll lead her into his room. It's kind of a small cubicle. It's got a lot of kind of machinery and hardware set up around the place. It's all perfectly organized, and I mean everything is perfectly organized, but I mean apart from the bed there's nothing else in his room apart from tech stuff and a couple of larpy swords, maybe a poster or two for something spacey, but as I said, it's fairly basic. It looks like sleeping isn't on the biggest list of his priorities, judging by the fact his bed's pretty much untouched. He'll just let her in, and as she'll walk in, he'll shut the door.
And once Kate enters, she will kind of look around, taking in the sparse belongings.
Yeah, please take a seat if you want. Normally I'd offer you coffee, but you know, that's not really a thing anymore. So, and he'll just kind of look around between his things for a second. So, why did you need this information on the Channel 4 lady?
Kate will grin at Hayden and she'll say, "We're going to grab her."
He kind of just looks at you strangely for a second. Grab her. And then what are you going to do after you grab her?
Kate will kind of look as innocently as she can. "Have tea?"
You're going to grab her and have tea.
Kate will kind of look at him like, "Are you not getting the joke?"
He is not getting the joke.
Kate will not comment on Hayden's lack of humor, and she'll tell him, "We're going to kidnap her, take her to a remote location, and question her."
And who is we?
Well, me first of all, and probably everyone else. I would need to get her butt somewhere out of sight.
Right. Hayden's gonna just sit down on the bed next to Kate and look at her, and he'll say, "Well, before I give you the info, I'm just gonna tell you this. It's a very delicate matter, but the thing is, she's a known media personality. If you're seen taking her or doing anything near her, that could compromise us further. They've already published a couple of articles about the terrorist group Ivory Tower. If the Sabat find out we've done anything to her, or she gets away, that could escalate things."
And Kate will nod. "Yeah, we figured that as well."
I assume by we, you'd also be taking the unit with you.
Yeah, not all members, but the ones that would be suited for this mission.
You know, well, if you're going to bring Lucius or Alec, you'd have to be careful. And he just kind of looks a little worried for a second. You're friends with Alec, right?
And Kate will kind of look at him questioningly.
Then he'll go on. I'm just gonna tell him I said this because he'll rip my spine out, and I enjoy having all of my vertebrae in place, but I'm worried about him.
Worried how?
He shrugs his shoulders. Well, let's just say everyone's had to go through a lot recently, and I just want to make sure that everyone's doing fine and we don't lose sight of what we're here to do.
And Kate will nod. "Yeah, I'm not completely sure what to do with Alec right now. I want to be able to help him, but he seems not to be wanting to be helped."
He'll sigh. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on him as best as I can, but No, he's superior in my clan. There's not much I can do myself apart from watch and try and help how I can. But
Well,
as
if you try, oh yeah.
no, you could go.
Well, if you try to look out for him on your side, I'll look out for him from my side. Okay.
He'll nod. Yeah, just by the time this war ends, I don't want us to lose what we've been fighting for.
And Kate nods. Taking care of him wouldn't be that hard. He practically already lives with me.
Yeah, I heard something about that. I said I would have asked him myself, but I think after Nick and Samson have left, it's a little difficult right now. Yes, now. But, you know, do you have any plans after this war ends? I don't know how long it's going to be. What do you think will happen?
History will probably repeat itself. For a time, people will think they're free and they'll act out. Then the elders will see that they can no longer let us roam free and they will suppress us, which will make the younger vampires rally against the system, which will probably start another war.
Not well. That's a historically accurate opinion, and a little cynical perhaps for my tastes. I don't know. I just hope that, well, humanity's always improved itself over and over. People make mistakes, but things get ironed out, and I just hope it's the same thing, you know?
And Kate will nod. Yeah, I hope I'm not right.
Yeah, you think Marie Antoinette will become princess or?
I kind of always work from out the worst possibility, and it only can get better from there out.
So you wouldn't want an ultra conservative in power then?
And she kind of looks at him like, is this even a question?
He'll pick up on, even Hayden can pick up on this, and he'll nod, he'll say, well, how about this? I'm just trying to make sure everything runs smoothly, but I'd like to become friends, and, well, maybe in return for me giving you the intel you need to make sure this mission's a success, you could let it be known that myself, Clan Gangrel, and, you know, the lower clans, Bruhar as well, who've been supporting Theodore, have been responsible for whatever happens, as long as it goes well.
Kate will nod. That is only natural. I wouldn't take credit for something that I didn't do on my own.
You know, well, it makes a change compared to, well, things I've heard. I know,
Kate
sometimes
will
I think...
oh, yeah?
So, yeah, he would say sometimes... I think sometimes people forget to trust each other. It's difficult. But maybe that's just part of human psychology.
I've learned down here you don't make many true friends. No one really trusts each other here.
Yeah, he shakes his head. No. And then he'll blink twice. Well, who do you trust then?
Well, there was someone I trusted, but he's no longer around. And Kate seems a bit sad.
Hayden will really awkwardly kind of reach his hand out for a second as if to take hers, but then as he looks up at her, he'll just kind of apologize non-verbally and retract his hand and say, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's fine. But
Yes, Malcolm.
I wasn't expecting to make a friend at all, so it just stinks a bit to lose them.
Well, maybe the way I'm trying to think of it is you've got to enjoy what you have while you have it. I mean, it's sad to lose someone. I've lost people, but the time for here is special. That's maybe it's the kind of, let me search this for a word for a minute. Maybe it's the kind of finite nature of life, the kind of ephemeral nature of life that makes it special. But that's just a thought.
And Kate will absent-mindedly nod.
And then if Kate doesn't say anything, Hayden will just move. He'll reach under his mattress and he'll take out what looks like a small kind of USB flash drive. Hold that in his hands. Let's see. Well, I've got the flash drive with all of the details here, and if you come by around later, then maybe you could do something for me.
Kate looks at the flash drive and then looks at Hayden. You should really hide that one better than underneath your mattress.
He chuckles. Well, I've not let it out of my sight, and I back everything up. But advice is noted. I've heard you're the person to speak to about staying hidden.
But of course, if there's ever anything you need, you can always ask.
Yes, Mel. Well, I'm just trying to put a team of people together who have similar goals and aims to carry out a couple of missions. Theodore asked me to look into something. I'll let you know later, but I just want people who are discreet.
Kate looks interested, but she'll let it go not ask questions about it right now. And she'll look at the flash drive or the USB stick and she'll ask, so what's on it?
Well, there's everything you need to know about the Channel 4 News lady. Turns out her name's Elizabeth. She's a writer in the New York Times. Interestingly, she's a big supporter of the New York mayor, which is interesting. But she's written various articles. She regularly goes to events and things. She seems fairly normal on the surface. But obviously, we know that's not true.
And Kate will just nod.
Okay. And then, actually, can you roll me a purse empathy for this?
A what? A perception empathy?
Yeah. Just to see if you notice. It's just standard.
Oh, okay, that's not a too bad dice pool.
No. It's only standard.
Oh!
Nice. Okay, so as he's talking about this woman, Elizabeth, he seems very on edge. And Hayden's kind of generally a nervous kind of person. But you can tell that, this is something that he doesn't entirely feel comfortable talking about. And especially the point about her not being, just a normal kind of media personality. That might stick out a little.
Do you know anything about her yourself?
Hidden and Shuttle. Well, yeah. I unfortunately briefly came across her. Don't want to say too much. It's pretty common knowledge among the elders, but let's just say she makes it her business to know everything, and she can get into here, and he'll just tap his head.
You mean as in a discipline?
He shrugs.
Is there anything else
Just,
you noticed when you met her?
well, just if you manage to kidnap her, just make sure the people around you know about it and are on guard. And don't let anyone near her who might be influenced into being violent. It won't end well.
Kate nods.
But yeah, I had to jump a 10-story building to escape her, so be careful. That's a long story. Just be careful. And he looked up at her. You know, I actually do care that this mission goes well.
When you say don't get violent, do you think that she can make them go violent by getting into their head?
He shrugs. Well, honestly, I don't know the full extent of her powers. I mean, there seems to a lot of the guesswork around this sort of thing. It's just guesswork. There's no stats, there's no data, there's nothing to back it up. But she's someone who's very powerful, who makes it her business to be in the know. It makes absolute sense that she would be able to manipulate her surroundings. And having a lot of kindred around who are used to war and violence, if I was her, that would be the first thing I'd do. Especially if she's cornered in a trapped place.
Do you know of any other disciplines that she might have?
He'll shake his head. No, but there's no. As I said, disciplines are just a lot of guesswork, right? You can see and guess that someone's using a discipline, but I mean, unless it's something like this, and he'll just kind of pop his claws for a second. You can't tell.
Okay, so you didn't see anything suspicious that would make you think that she used a discipline?
He'll blink twice and shake his head. As I said, she just can, just get in here. And that's the scary thing. I don't know what clan she's from, I don't know. I've got no intel about that, but he'll actually pause for a moment. Actually, I do know someone who will be with her.
Who?
He'll twitch again and you'll notice this. Thanks to your fabulous successes. There's a guy, Negan.
Roll empathy perception.
Okay. One.
Good enough. You can see Kate stiffen slightly, but she will continue talking. Can you tell me anything about him?
I say, well, you've not encountered him before.
I've encountered him on the street twice now, but I have no idea what kind of man he is.
Well,
Is he often with her or just occasionally?
he sh- he should. Well, all I remember that he was on call. First thing I remember as I was getting away, this guy with a giant baseball bat covered in barbed wire was coming after me. I'm lucky I made it out of there alive, to be honest.
And Kate will nod and absently mindedly kind of mutter, "Yes, you are."
Yeah, I've heard he's hurt a lot of good people.
What kind of offense does she go to?
It's all included in his drive. It's all various high society and media events, but she's due to go to a charity ball for children with cancer. I would have
When?
tried to get all the info is in here. I would have tried to get you an invite, but there's only so much technological wizardry can do. And to be honest, it would have attracted far too much attention.
Kate will nod. Do you have any information about where she lives or where she goes?
He'll shake his head. Everything I have is in this little stick here, and it's backed up as well. Anything else I find, I can let you know about it. As I said, I just want to make sure everything goes smoothly and well.
Kate nods and she'll say, "Thank you, Hayden. This helps more than you know. Whenever you need
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
just come and get me. You probably know where my room is?" She kind of asks.
He'll shake his head. No.
She'll say, "Just follow the claw marks."
Indeed, and no, maybe you could teach me a couple of things sometime about how to. No, and if you want to learn more about this stuff, he'll glance towards the hardware. I wouldn't mind helping out. No, as a friend.
Kate will look at the computers and she can kind of see her go like, maybe not.
Well,
But she'll say, if you ever want to train either your fighting skills or your shooting skills, just holler. I'll be happy to teach you.
yeah, I'll be happy to holler anytime you're free. And as I said, just keep me in the. As I said, just let me know about where you got this from, and keep me in the loop about anyone you want to bring with you on this thing. I'll keep an ear out myself and let you know.
Sure. Yeah, I was thinking about bringing Spillane and Scott.
We'll just see. Maybe not. This is more of a recon mission than outright fighting.
We would like, if we can, we would like to grab her tonight, but if not, we will just be happy to get as much information as we can.
Yeah. He'll tilt his head at that. Well, I wish you luck in whatever happens, and as I said, eventually have a bit of a stake in this, so it's in their best interest not to mess it up. He'll kind of tease, and he has a little smile.
And Kate will kind of smirk. Well, we wouldn't want to embarrass Fentrue now, would we?
No, especially not, especially around such a good friend of the mayor's.
And she'll just chuckle. You can see that the thought is very amusing to her. And she will stand and she'll thank Aiden once more. "Thank you, Hayden. This helps out quite a lot. Do you need the flash drive back when I'm done with it?
You know, I'd appreciate it, but as I said, it's yours to use. Just as I say, if just let me know, just keep me in the loop.
And she will. I think you already gave the flash drive to her, or
Yeah, she has it.
okay. She will just throw it up in the air, and she'll catch it again, and she'll kind of wave it in the air like "thank you," and she will walk towards the door and open it for herself, and she will wave goodbye one more time. Bye,
He'll nod
Aidan.
and he'll wave goodbye.
And Kate will exit the room. And if you want to add anything, or
no, that's pretty much everything Hayden has.
okay, then this is where we're going to end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Good night.